Hey man, can I like follow you around for a session?
You wanna see what happens in here?
Yeah, I wanna see what happens in there.
All right, come on in. Good to see you. Come on in. Hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, well vlogging, I'm gonna show people what really happens in a studio session. Like mysterious, like some crazy shit's about to happen. They just gotta keep watching to see. Yeah, what's the game plan for today? 2 songs probably, right? 2 songs, there we go. We got 2 hours, 2 songs. Let's get the first beat pulled up. We're gonna do the old YouTube to MP3. Swab, what you doing right now? You picking the color to get the vibe right? Can we do like a yellowish? Aim it up at the top corner. Which remote do you got? Oh, you got the wrong one. Here we go. That's why. This is King Swab. King Swab's got a really cool tattoo. Let me show you. Let's see it. Woo! Does it look like anything you see? I have it too back here, but it's a lot of work to take this off. So the first thing we're doing is getting the mic level for you. You want to be about like a fist away from the mic, kind of like right up on it. Let me get this loaded up real quick. Guess what I'm using now, Malik? Have you heard of Pro Tools? No. So the funny thing is I've actually never used Pro Tools my whole life. I've been doing it for 18 years and I always just used a software called Cubase because it's what came with the first interface that I bought forever ago. You know, a lot of people use Pro Tools and they want to send you like a Pro Tools session. And if you have Pro Tools, you can open it up. And there's like a stigma about like, if you don't use Pro Tools, then you must suck at what you do. So it just makes sense to use Pro Tools. So I switched over about 2 weeks ago. So far, so good.
So you mastered Pro Tools in like a day?
Probably 6 hours. That was my meat stick.
This one's for all my baby girls. I see your comments, ladies, and they make me smile. I'm lurking and I'm stalking when you least expect it.
Is there auto-tune on this?
Not a lot, probably not. I guess we'll just see.
All right, it's loading up right now. I'm just gonna play it and I wanna find the key for the auto-tune and then the tempo as well.
Okay, bet.
The first thing I usually do with the beat is I turn it down about like -6, especially with like getting beats off YouTube that are already like fully mixed and mastered. There's no headroom, so you have to turn them down. So that's what I was doing right there. And usually the sweet spot's about like -6.
From my lips, no flex. Fuck zone, man, up defense.
I was just trying to find the key for the song, just to test my skills. I like to manually guess it, right? And then I'll use like some sort of like key finder software just to kind of like double check if I know what I'm doing. More than half the time, I'm right. Sometimes I'm wrong. Let's see if I'm right here. This is G sharp minor. Look. The interface is a UAD Apollo, and I like to put the auto-tune right on here so he can hear it live.
Ooh, it's getting hot in here.
All right, right when it drops, is that the hook or the verse?
The first verse.
Yep. Let's get the verse knocked out good, okay?
Are those beats by Dre, bro?
Yes, these are beats by Dre. Beats by Dre are like, you shouldn't use those to mix because everything's gonna have like crazy bass.
Stepped in the function and hauled ass straight to the section where the bitches all bad. We got niggas throwing shade while the bitches throwing ass.
All right, 3, 2, 1. To make the mixing process easier, you start with a template. So I know just about any song, there's gonna be 2 tracks that I wanna use for like a main vocal. So I always just start with that. I know I always do an in and out track, so I give it there. I give some different colored tracks that I could use for the hook. I give an ad-lib track where I put all these effects on that I usually have to make the ad-lib sound how they want. And then I just have to tweak them right after he records it so I can like finalize it. So it's kind of like 70% there as we start the song. And it allows me to mix pretty fast, and your customers will appreciate it.
Need it anywhere action. You ain't gotta ask, baby, we can get nasty. You ain't gotta ask, baby, we can get nasty.
We can keep that, right?
Yep.
We're gonna double it, and so yeah, just sing along with that one.
1 minute later.
Pro Tools crashed. The software's so cool. All the cool guys are using it. You should use Pro Tools. Maybe they all should use Cubase. They didn't have it when I used that.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling.
My beats would be named like Fruity Pebbles or some stupid Cheetos, Doritos, Taco Bell. Be like, yo, what's the name of that one? I'm like, what do you want it to be called? I can name it whatever you want because it's called something stupid.
How long did it take you to mix that?
20 minutes. When I say 10, that was 20 minutes. 20 minutes is fast as in the real world of this mixing scheme. Would you say this is a typical studio session or is it usually crazier than this?
Mine are pretty too.
but productive. You see my video about like, I was telling some bad stories about things that have happened in the studio? Yeah, you've never been one of them people. I'll put a link to it in the description, you know. All right, let's do it.
Circle bad production.
No, I got the key right for this too, I guess. It was like B flat minor. Let's get warmed up with this one. I'm gonna just hit play to get used to like the auto tune. So like, let's say I bet $10 and then you bet $10. Whoever has the lowest score wins, but the game is called Shut the Box. Shut the Box means like, if I was down to like this and if I rolled a 4, I shut the box.
Yeah.
So you have to pay double.
That's cool.
Is what it is.
I've never seen that game. Where'd you get that from? I've never seen that game.
My dad, his like old Italian friends put me on it. Yeah.
Really, I've never seen that game.
It gets fun when you get like 5 or 6 people and everyone's put like $10 or $20 in, and so whoever gets, then you get everyone's money.
Yeah.
And then if someone shuts the box, it's crazy because then everyone has to double up. It makes it cool.
It gives they have to double all their money.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel? Man. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Do some mixing for 10, 15 minutes. All right, you want to see what's on my vocal chain? The vocal chains where all the magic's at. So basically, if you see all this, there's one main vocal, that's the verse, and that's the second verse, okay? The hook, that's the main vocal, main vocal. On the hook, he did double it, but that's turned way down, right? You can see the main one's volume's at 0, -13. That's a big difference, right? And then this is a left pan, right pan, the in and out, left pan, right pan. And then you got ad-libs down here, all across the bottom. The ad-libs got like that telephone type of effect. The sauce is really reductive EQ, very first, you know, take out some low end, find some other bad frequencies, kind of turn them down.
And watch, ain't talking cops, but rather niggas who desire my spot.
Next, we DS. Remember, I'm doing all this before I compress it, because once you compress it, you're boosting the signal, and you don't want the bad shit when you turn it up loud and compress it and boost the signal. So we're fixing shit first, and then we boost the signal. Gist of a compressor is there's parts that are too loud, there's parts that are too quiet, and you're kind of turning down the too loud parts and turning up the too quiet parts. Next is a multi-band compressor.
If I don't like the way shit look nowadays, we gon' take it out.
Now I'm doing some like additive EQ, like boosting some frequency. Usually it's all on the high end, like the treble if you're in the car.
And watch, ain't talking cops.
It just sounds more clear and in front of you. And then we have auto tune, and it is turned all the way up, but I like the way that this sounds with swap.
Ain't talking cops.
And the very last thing is a limiter.
And watch, ain't talking cops.
It's just turning down the very loudest peaks, like 1 or 2. And then we got the fucking reverb over there, bam, the delay. That's the sauce. That's the sauce right there.
I'm so full of myself, I might bust hit the seams and leave. I'm so high, if I fall off, fly sky, catch my feet.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're getting a little vlog footage. Yeah, guys, so I have another session about to start right here. This has been what a typical 2-hour studio session is. If you guys want more of this, let me know, and I'll do more. If you want me to do more in-depth videos on specific things that happen at the studio, let me know in the comments. Subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for future uploads. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cracka TV. We're out.